Hi there, thank you and welcome back to Tarot by Fernanda. Today's video, it is similar to last video, but this one is for people that are actually in a relationship, okay? Whether this is a new connection or you have been with the person for several years. Now, note that this is not meant for people that are already married or that have like this commitment of living together. Maybe I mean there's a fine line between when you're still dating and some of you may be already living with your partner to knowing that you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. Okay, so this is really for people that are still, you know, dating, have a relationship. You can be dating someone for a couple of years, maybe you're engaged, but there will be another video for people that are married for, you know, or people that have been living for several years, already starting a family, or already, you know, doing things together for long term. So because that's a different energy, that's a different type of compromise, and that will be a different type of video. So you'll have to choose one of the four piles, and then what you're choosing, one of the four, like the cards that you're seeing, those are the angels' messages. And also some crystals. So whether you are attracted to the card or you're attracted to the crystal, choose intuitively. Remember, I always do suggest for you to just pass your finger over the piles, over your screen, and then choose the pile that, if you feel a tingle, if you feel like a warm sensation on your finger, I will definitely suggest for you to pick that one. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the video where you can pick your pile, and then I'll see you next. Bye. Hi there, so if you picked pile number 1, this crystal, and then we have your angel's message, which I will show you at the end of the reading. So let's start. Let's see. So I also want to start by saying this time, for this reading specifically, I did meditation before each pile. Okay, so there's also other messages that are not only from tarot. And I also wanted to say that whatever you hear today, remember, just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is a general reading, so obviously not everything will match to the T, but I think we're all similar human beings, and if you're here, it's because you already are that type of person that trusts their intuition, so you will know when some things are meant for you and some it's for someone else watching, okay? So pile number 1. The first energy we are going to discuss is how do you feel, not how do you feel about this relationship, because sometimes we feel really good about the relationship, we really love that partner, but with what energy are you actually feeding this relationship currently, okay? And also another note, and something I always tell my clients is, if I were to do a reading 2-3 months from now, probably your energy, if you have chosen to shift it, the outcome will be different. So right now, this is just what it looks like with the energy, your energy and your partner's energy, okay? So to start with, you are feeding your relationship with the energy of the star, meaning you are very hopeful, you're treating this relationship as it's everything you wish for. So this, I have 2 energies, and some have both energies, like feeding the relationship with both. So some people are really feeling like this is the best thing that has happened to them, this is exactly what they have asked for. Now, I really get a big sense of some people are feeling like this is the best thing they could ever get, yet it's from they're blinding themselves in a way. They are hopeful that their partner is gonna change. For some reason, they're telling themselves that this is what they wish for, and they spend most of their time and energy wishing for things to change, wishing for their partner to change. So already for me, if I'm getting that energy of some of you are wishing for your partner to change, then right away I know that there's something going on. For some of you though, I do feel like you feel like this is what you ask for. You feel like you have been waiting this not your entire life, but this is what you have been wishing for, which is really funny because when I was doing this meditation, I got the you looking up the stars and wishing and wishing and wishing. I'm gonna say other things that I got actually before I forget, because I might forget. So for this pile specifically, I got this feeling of you or your partner just holding on to memories of your first dates and how that felt and how perfect the relationship was back then. Young love, first dates, is like you're just going over those memories over and over and over again. And I think that you are holding like hopes, you're hoping for things to turn around, either you or your partner. Then I also have, for someone specifically, I have like a dad from a porch, or it was, I don't know if you call it a porch. No, because it's more like a barn and porch are two different things, but it's just like this dad or this manly figure telling this young woman that people are bad and men are bad, and like kind of like you will see, you'll come back and you'll realize that by like. And this man was definitely like wearing like this t-shirt of what is it, like that pattern of squares, or you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, and then so just that feeling of someone really thinking, oh, he told me so, or like it's, and I think it could be also general vibe of sometimes parents, and they tell you, and mainly for women, sometimes your dads can tell you like, oh, don't be so naive, men, they only want this, you're gonna see how you're gonna be coming back crying, blah 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 type of message. And so definitely this dad is angry, this manly figure is angry, and is only giving that, is trying to pass on that fear to his daughter or whoever that young person is. And then I saw the looking at the stars. Always, it's like from a young age you always wanted to go on adventures. You ask the sky for more, you ask for love, for a partner, for a companion. I feel like from a very young age you wanted someone that understands you. Like it's like you didn't feel whole from the beginning, and that was a big thing that you wanted. And yes, and then I got like waves. First I saw waves, which now I understand because of your angel's message. And then that I didn't see before, like this meditation, I do the meditation first. So there's waves, like ocean waves. And then there was also wavy hair. So if that resonates to you, then there's something here for you. Yeah, and with the waves, it reminds me of something I posted on my Instagram at some point if you want to check it out. It is something that says, like, it's along the lines that you don't fear the tide, you don't fear the ocean, like you allow yourself the ocean and the waves take you, because you understand that you are the person who controls the tide. You're the one who controls how, like, you know, how wavy, I guess, how much action the ocean is getting. So it's when you know that you can flow, because at the end of the day you are in control of a couple things. So yeah, remember that. Okay, now let's go with how your partner feels. And if I ever say he or she, I don't mean, I'm just, you know, sometimes I forget to say he or she, but could be a she, could be a he. I don't know who your partner is. So we got here the 7 of Wands. And this person, the energy that he or she's putting into the relationship is like feeling, well, okay, the thing is, first I got this feeling of someone that feels like they have to be defending their relationship all the time, feeling like they have to, yeah, just to defend. They're always defensive. They're feeding this whole relationship with a very defensive energy. I don't know if it's they're defending themselves and you're trying to, you know, have communication with them or something, or it's an issue of them feeling like they always have to defend the relationship. They always have to prove you that they care about you. It's like they're in constant action, which can be exhausting, and I'm gonna talk about it more because I do see that this person is a bit tired of how much he or she has to be doing. I don't know if it could be that they're doing their best to please you, or you have specific demands that I understand, like you feel like that will bring you peace, but this person it might not come natural to this person. So they're like this person is constantly feeling like he or she has to defend the relationship. He or she has constantly to defend himself, the way he thinks, what he does. It's just, and there's an ego fight in here, and it really seems to be very exhausting. It's like this person is in his or her best. That's what I'm getting right now. Now, when I'm asking on how does this person actually feel about you, right? Not what the energy he's feeding, because sometimes we can feed fear, but when we talk about feelings, then that's when we can see the love or caring for someone, right? So we got here the 5 of Wands. We got the 4 of Wands. And we got the 4 of Swords. Okay? So already here, you know, like just in your readings, I'm seeing a lot of Wands in here, which means passion. So it does tell me that probably your relationship, I feel like there's a lot of like fire, a lot of passion, and already like looking at your reading and the sensations I get, I feel like it's, you know, like that cold and fire interaction, which if it's not managed well, it just turns into very bad habits of who has the power, and okay, let's have like makeup sex and things like that. So it's just, I am sensing a lot of, you know, up and downs, which long term can get someone very tired. And I see here that how he feels about you, it's first we got the 5 of Wands, so, or she feels about you. Again, it's like constant conflict, feeling like actually always has to prove himself or herself. It's just like something that I'm getting is that he or she doesn't feel like you are working as a team. You are working separately, trying to get to the same goal, yet you're not working together. Feels like they really want you, yet there's just so many obstacles somehow. 4 of Wands, how I know that this person really likes you, it's because the 4 of Wands here's represented as a party, right? Or like someone celebrating. I see like you vibe with the other person, and when two people can coordinate their bodies at the same time, even if you're not good at dancing, I always feel like that's when two people connect, right? I have danced with people, some people that know so like how to dance so well, and some people that don't, but that is only with the people that you actually connect, then your bodies are able to, you know, go together. And 4 of Wands usually means commitment, it means celebration, it means he or she definitely sees you as someone they want to be with. They want to keep this adventure going on. They see a future with you. And we have the 4 of Swords. you see this girl that is laying down but crawling, and we have a heart here, and she's resting. So four of wands, four of swords, is that's what it means, is a time this person feels like they want the adventure to keep going on with you. They care about you. They see you as someone they want a future with. But there's so much conflict, and it's just getting them really tired. They need some rest time. For some other people though, they're telling me that, if you were like on that pile of like, this relationship was exactly what you wish for those people that know that that's them, this means that they feel like with you they can actually be themselves and completely rest. There's no worries when they're with you. That's how they feel. Also, I was going to say, when sometimes you hang out with someone and then you really just want to go home and be able to take a nap or relax, because although you're having fun with that person, you still want to go home and enjoy your quiet time and relaxing. So what they're saying is you are their home. Like, they feel like with you they don't get tired. Like, obviously, like if you to go for a hike or like to an adventure and then come back, obviously this person is going to be tired, but you know what I mean, of sometimes some things are really seen as activities and like, okay, do I have enough energy for this? And then they want to go home and rest on their own, but they feel like they can recharge even having you next to them, which I think that is very special, because I haven't had that experience really yet. So but I know some people are able to. There's specific people, like family members, that I know that I can be with, and it's not like I don't feel tired, right? But that type of intimacy of being able to be around other people, never getting tired, and being able to recharge, that's another level of comfort, which you should aim for. So that's perfect. Now, what intentions this person has for 2021, for this year? This, again, the snapshot, I should have said this before, is for the next year. Okay, it's for the next, for the next 11 months. So let's see, we got the Four of Cups, and we got the Three of Swords. So yes, okay, so I do feel like this person is really tired, emotionally speaking. I don't know if this person has been behaving unfair towards you. I'm not judging anyone or approving anyone's behavior. I'm just gonna take a sip. But I do feel like this person is just exhausted of how much he's trying to change himself, because he might not be that person, or she's trying to change herself because maybe who you want, that's not who she is, right? Maybe you are in love with or falling in love with an image that you meet of that person, but in your mind, but that's not who they are. So it's not saying that his intentions are to break your heart, but I do want to say that this person probably has already thought of, maybe we're better not being together. We're better, separating ourselves or taking a break. The thing is, this person, I have two type of people again. This person knows that he won't be or she won't be satisfied with anyone else. Being stubborn and staying where they are, so with you, yet not enjoying or being happy 100%. And it's not that the relationship doesn't make them happy, but they as a person, they're unable to feel that happiness. So I really think that your partner is a very complex person. I think that you come in really just wanting love, right? But again, remember, people are a mirror. So if you're attracted to this person, there must be a reason why. you you definitely, you know, want to feel everything, but this person definitely is more of a complex person with this some of them can have this martyr complex of wanting to suffer all the time, never wanting to be happy, feeling like it's just, I always mess up my relationships, you know, I don't want to hurt you, they're not going to leave yet, they're not going to be fully happy in the relationship because they don't allow themselves feeling anything, and if it's not with you, it's going to be with the next person, and so on and so on. So there's that complex that I'm really feeling. There's what else? There's, yeah, I think that that's the main thing, because for some of you this relationship is so good, yet they cannot feel it, they cannot allow themselves to feel it. And this is the thing, for what can you expect for 2021, we got Magic, which is number one, which is the Magician card, in case that you're familiar with Tarot. Then we got the Three of Cups, which is the Three of Cups. And then we got the Four of Cups again. Okay, so remember, the Four of Cups was what intentions he or she has, your partner has, right, for you for this relationship. And we got it again at the end of this reading. So this is why I'm saying that this is just a snapshot of what your energy, your and your partner's energy are taking you. Okay, so then you can shift that energy, so you can have a conversation, because we see the Magician is, it's your angels telling you that you're capable of, you know, achieving anything, of having exactly what you want. Just sometimes we have this fixated image of who you think you want, and you're like, oh, this is the person I want, like I want this person, and you become so stubborn. But the Magician really is telling you that you're capable of having exactly what you want, but to do that you also have to have an open mind of, like, maybe sometimes it's not who you expect it to be or what you expect it to be, but if you know that you have that power of manifestation, which is telling you, it's like your angels trying to remind you that, then you have to let your ego on the side, like put your ego on the side and be like, okay, you know what, I'm open to receive the love that you know that is the right for me, and that you know that's the best for me. I'm done being stubborn, and I'm gonna flow with things, right? I'm done controlling. And also, sorry for that noise, but also this specific tarot deck, it's like in this card, it's represented by Merlin and Vivienne. And Merlin and Vivienne, you know, Merlin the Magician, was in love with Vivienne, and Vivienne was in love with him, I guess. I don't know much of their story, but the thing is, Vivienne used everything she has, like everything he taught her, and she's using it instead to entrap him. So she's using magic to entrap this person. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to use manipulation. So this can be the shadow energy of this card. You don't want to be using manipulation to keep someone around, and the other way around as well, right? So this is why I was saying that I'm getting a sense that for a lot of you, this is a push and pull dynamic. This is more of a, let's see, I'm gonna get mad at this, and then the other person's gonna get mad at something else, so then it's me asking for forgiveness, and I'm gonna get mad for something else again, and it's just like this ball of power that it's like this game. And seriously, I'm telling you, by experience, those highs and lows, if there's lows, there's gonna be highs, and if there are highs, there's gonna be lows. It just gets very, very, very tiring. Then we got the Three of Cups, right? So I think what they're saying, the way you're doing, how you're going with your energy and everything, you will have another like 4 months or 3 months of just with the same dynamic. But in this time, the first 3 months, what they're saying is you can actually change the dynamic. You will have the odds on your side to change the dynamic to what you truly, to something else, right? So it could be to something beautiful, to something more stable. So those 3 months, since you are listening to this video, your energy is how I said, you and your partners, you cannot control your partners, but what you can do is for the next 3 months, do your best to have healthy habits within your relationship, right? Although that means sometimes you not using manipulation anymore, and if you don't want to call it manipulation, it could be something else, but you know that sometimes you're asking for something and your partner may agree, but you know that he or she didn't want to do whatever you were asking for. You shouldn't be changing your partner. So you got the next 3 months to change that dynamic. Now, seems like there's gonna be another 3 months of celebrating life together, of like very harmonious harmony. There's gonna be like more harmony. Some people, it's because you really truly shift the energy. There's gonna be harmony, but some of you seems like you will just distract yourself with events and showing off your relationship, and yeah, just being distracted, drinking alcohol and having fun specific nights, and you're like, wow, we're like the best relationship ever, but that's not good in the long run because you didn't do any of the work. Now, I think it really is for those this goes for both people. I think if you do, some of you that shift your energy for a healthier outcome, I think some of you might still realize, okay, you know what, maybe my partner didn't change, or maybe we changed, but also we realize now that we're not the best fit. But you know what, I don't feel like broken inside anymore because now it was done. It was such a healthy process. Some of you might have made the changes and realized, you know what, actually you guys are still dating. But another option which I'm seeing here, because it matches the intentions card, is that you will keep being together but not being happy, knowing that there's something missing, knowing that wanting something more. It's like you want this and you're not ready to let go. And again, when I say you, know that those places can be interchangeable, right? So maybe it's him that doesn't want to let go, but is not truly happy in the relationship either. And it's not because there's not reason to be happy, but just because, again, one of you have this complex of not being truly happy, or you know that there's something more. And again, totally understand that feeling of wanting to be with someone that's so bad, but knowing that maybe there's not healthy way of being together at the moment, and you still stay in that relationship, and maybe you're happy at times, maybe 20% of the times, but 80% you have given up that peace. And seriously, if you're in a relationship and don't have peace of mind, I don't recommend you to stay in that one. But again, I'm no one to say to you what to do. I'm just telling you, in my experience, peace of mind is everything. Even in the most perfect relationships, if you don't have that, then you need to do some inner work. Okay? Now, what your partner wish you couldn't, by you I don't mean you, like you and him, or you and her, could improve on is, we got the Justice card. So I'm gonna interpret this one as a sword because she is holding a sword. So communication. So they feel like what maybe this relationship is missing is real, honest, raw communication, right? Because I see a lot of cold and fire, like makeup sex type of things, or like, yeah, just like a dynamic of push and pull. But they wish that there was like true raw communication, because maybe you will be able to shift again your energy. It's just having an honest conversation can change so many things, and doing it all the time, right? Not only when you explode and one of you start crying or one of you start yelling and then you both sit down and start talking, like not a one-time thing. It has to be an ongoing communication if you want this relationship to have a future, right? Or any relationship. Now, what is one of the lessons that you got to learn in this relationship? this year, and that is resistance. So, when someone says resistance, could be like never giving up, but this type of resistance, what they're talking about is the creator of this oracle is talking more about not about the never giving up, but sometimes we have this we want to do things that we know it's for the best, and we feel that resistance and we keep procrastinating. So let's say if I know I have a mental list of the things I got to do. Fernanda, you got to record your video, you need to create content, blah blah blah. For some reason I'm feeling that resistant and I keep procrastinating. That is telling me that probably, like, when I reflect on things like that, when I don't want to do something that I know is for my benefit, I sit down, I reflect, I'm like, okay, I don't want to succeed. I'm trying to stop my success. I'm trying to stop myself from seeing my full potential. So this is you. So when sometimes you have reality checks maybe within your relationship, and you realize, and this is for some of you, as you realize, okay, what am I doing here? I don't have peace of mind. I'm going to start healthier habits within my relationship, but you always push it to another day. Or I'm going to have a conversation with my partner, but you always push it to another day. You feel that inner resistance. You got to sit down and tell yourself, why don't you want to bring up this subject with your partner, right? Is it because you are afraid that you're going to split up if you have a talk about cheating or whatever that is, or money, whatever the subject is? And I just want to finish with the angel's message, which will give hope for some of you. And it is, nothing is yet set in stone. And this is why when I saw the ocean and the waves, and then I thought of my Instagram post that you can go see it at Tarot by Fernanda, it made more sense. And it's just, your angels really want you to take this into consideration, because you know that a lot of things really do apply to your situation, and reflect on it and understand that nothing is set in stone. So this is just a snapshot of where you're going, the way you're doing things, the way your partner is doing things. Now again, remember, you can only control what you do, right? You can only control your own thoughts that control your feelings. So nothing is set yet in stone. You still have time to change the outcome. You still have time to heal, to do inner healing, to heal your relationship if that is the case, right? But it's a very big, important message of nothing is yet set in stone from your angels. So that was pretty much everything. I just wanted to remind you that you can follow me at Tarot by Fernanda and on Instagram, and then you can also check my website at www.tarotbyfernanda.com. I hope this was helpful, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. You chose this crystal and this angel message, which I will tell you about at the end of your reading, okay? So let me start by saying that only take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, this is a general reading, so obviously nothing will ever fit to the T. Sometimes you'll feel like it does, but if it doesn't, don't worry. Just take what you know as a smart and conscious human being, this message is meant for you. If you're watching this video, I think that you are willing and ready to follow your intuition, so this is why you're here. So use your intuition to know what is the message that is meant for you, okay? So something else I was going to say as well, this is only a snapshot of your current energy. So if you were to do this reading maybe 3 months from now, you may be attracted to a different pile because your energy has shifted, okay? This is just a snapshot of where you and your partner are going. If you keep up with the same energy, this is the most likely outcome if the energy stays the same. And yeah, so let's start. To start with, we're gonna go over the energy you're feeding your relationship with. I'm not talking about feelings, but the energy you're feeding the relationship with. And we got the Lovers. So definitely you have been feeding this energy of really positive, high vibrational energy, really. You do find that this is the person that you want to be with. You're really happy. You really think this is the person. I think the way you're feeding this relationship is like if it were to be a soulmate relationship. Okay, so we see one heart and two crows just, touching their head. It's really, really pretty. So that's the energy you have been feeding this relationship with, which, good for you. It's very high vibrational energy. Although my angels have mentioned one thing is, for some of you, the energy you have been feeding this relationship is like you have to make a major choice, or it's something like about a major choice, like a big choice. And I don't know if you have been feeding that type of energy into your relationship, like you have to choose us type of energy. Now, what your partner has been feeding the energy with is the Strength card and the Hermit. So I was looking at your reading, and I feel like if you chose this pile, your partner is definitely someone that is more that is trying to work through his shadow, and by his or her shadow, doing some inner work. This person definitely is more like someone that likes to go for adventures, going after what he wants. And right now he's probably taking a step back, or like asking more for his space because he needs to do some reflecting. And maybe for some of you take this as an insult, but really this person is doing really a lot of self-work, and someone doing conscious work can only benefit positively a relationship, whether at the end of the day this person realizes, okay, this has to end, or something at the end of the day was for the best, because you don't want to stay with someone for a very long time and and then it doesn't end up being something meaningful at the end of the day. So someone doing inner work, it always benefits the other partner 100%. What else I was going to say? I do feel like this person also has a very strong sexual energy, and maybe the energy he comes with or she comes into the relationship is trying to spice up things, trying to, very demanding when it comes to physical activity, intimate activity. How does your partner feel about you currently? Okay, we got the Seven of Cups, we got the Seven of Wands, and we got the Nine of Wands. Now, what this is telling me is that this person, your partner, there's definitely a situation going on, because this person is thinking of all the possible outcomes of this relationship, of if we were to do this, if we were to do that, then how will this affect the relationship? It feels like there's only one way to make this work. I don't know if you have obstacles within your relationship, but also the thing is, for some of you, I do feel like maybe your partner does not see you for who you are, but for who he thinks you are, he wishes you were, or he's creating an image of you that's not necessarily you, right? And that was the same thing for pile number one, but the other way around. You were making, you had an image of this person that is not. But in this case, it's them. Then we got the Seven of Wands. They feel like with you, they are protected. They do feel that your relationship is worth fighting for. They do feel that that connection is worth fighting for. With the Nine of Wands, you feel like they're almost at the end. If you were going through a hard time or something, or through a time of like change between, like within your relationship, they currently right now they feel like they are almost at the end of that hardship, whatever you two were going through. If you had to defend your relationship against other people, yes. And then also I think there's a part of him that understands with this whole enlightenment that he's going through, like he's trying to be more conscious. He's also understanding that he has to stop, or you two have to stop, to have the same narrative over and over again about your relationship. I don't know, maybe if something hurtful or something has happened, but it's like him realizing that he doesn't want to get stuck in the past narrative and repeating that story over and over and over again in his mind. That things can change if he chooses to. Now that reminds me, I have some notes from my meditation for this pile, and I did see underground bridge. So you know, like when you are in the highway and sometimes there's like a mountain, and because it obviously cannot, you know, dynamite to the entire mountain, they just do like a hole, so then your car goes past that hole. So if any of this makes sense to you, then you know that there's a message for you in here. Then I got the number 7, like 7 as a word, that's what I heard. And then when I saw 2 7s in here, then it just confirmed that 7 definitely is a word, a word. And 7 is a meaningful number for one of you. Then I also got silver, the word silver, and then I got Steve. So if your partner's name is Steve or your name is Steve, you know that there's something in here for you. And yeah, and then I got speed happening soon. For that I got more like the 8 of Wands, which is something happening soon, change happening soon, or whatever, you know that this applies to you. It's actually coming at you very soon. And then I got, last thing I got was a comet. Yeah, so in case that meant something for you, you know that there's a message in here for you. Now, what intentions does your partner have? And we got the 10 of Swords, and we got the High Priestess. Okay, so his intentions again, which goes I think with how he's feeling right now, 7 of Cups, is, well, I think this is a message for 2 different type of people. I think some of the intentions, for some of you, your partner's intention is just giving up. They feel like they have lost this battle. They feel like they got betrayed, or they feel like, yeah, there's nothing else to do about this. And then the other part, which I think is more of like the partners, if your partner is the type of partner that's doing some soul work, is maybe asking for more distance, but really it's because he's truly working on his things. This person has set his mind into following his intuition. He understands that there's nothing he can actually, like, he cannot plan anything ahead of time. He's gonna do his best to make this work, and he trusts the universe. I don't know if you got like a very spiritual person, but this is what I'm getting. This person is like, you know what, I'm going to open up. I'm done keeping secrets, and also I'm going to follow my intuition. There's nothing much I can be planning. There's not much I can, there's nothing I can plan, or I cannot analyze all the ways that this could end, I'm gonna stop doing that and I'm just gonna flow. I'm gonna trust my intuition, and if at some time it does say that this is the end, then this is the end. If at some point it does say this is the person I wanted to marry, then I will know. But I'm trusting my intuition. I'm done trying to control things. That's the vibe I'm getting. Now, what can you expect for the next 11 months? So for this year, the development of your relationship, of this connection. And we got the Six of Staves. We got the King of Cups. And we got the Four of Cups as the last card, which is very interesting because Pan and Merwan had that same card as the last card. So I do feel like the Six of Staves are really telling me that your relationship is gonna flourish, it's gonna succeed. You know, when someone changes, sometimes it's tough to keep up with that change, because sometimes we're not ready to change. If it's for the best, of course, even when it's for the best, we're not ready to change. We're not ready to leave old habits in the past sometimes, but it seems like you two will be succeeding. We got a King of Cups, meaning that there's gonna be some type of more mature love. And this is telling me really that your relationship this year is going to attain a maturity, I think him growing as a person is making you grow as a person as well. And you two, again, we got success and maturity when it comes to love. I think even if you cannot see it now, maybe this happens because he or you are gonna stop trying to control the outcome. You will flow. This relationship is gonna mature so much. You're gonna, you know, by a mature love, I mean when you trust that person, you can talk to that person, you know. A mature love, I really find when you do have that communication, that intimacy, not only passion but also intimacy, right? Communication, and then I'm not seeing that commitment yet in here. And the Four of Cups in here, in this case for you specifically, what I'm sensing is more of things are going so good that then you're becoming bored a bit. It's like, I don't know if before it was like a lot of high and lows, or yeah, it just seems like because you're succeeding, like your relationship is succeeding, you're so mature at this point that by the end of the year you can be like, how can we spice it up? Like, I just feel like I'm so comfortable around you. It feels a little bit boring at this point, but not like a bad boring, but you just feel like you are like old couple, like an old marriage. So that's the feeling I get, but nothing like negative, not saying that you're bored of each other. It's just that you're so comfortable that it just feels like you are already, you have been married for 20 years. That's the feeling I'm getting. Now, what he wishes or she wishes, what your partner wishes that you two could improve on or could work on, right? Actually, I'm asking for one of the four elements: fire, earth, water, or wind. But in this case, because they each represent something different, we got strength again, which is the energy he is putting into this relationship. And we got the world. So there's a couple things in here. Definitely your partner wishes, I don't know if he or she has communicated this to you before, but they wish your relationship could have more like passion and that sexual side of it. There's definitely mention of that. So they want to work on that, on the sex, on the sexual dynamic, maybe more often, or they want you to be more comfortable. They want to talk. They want to make to work on that specific area of your relationship. And then they also wish that you two can be more adventurous, that you can, you know, travel the world. I know right now with the situation seems to be impossible, but nothing is impossible. So, you know, you can travel safely, or, you know, when it's you can finally travel again. But it's not necessarily about traveling, but just being more adventurous, trying a different restaurant each time, or maybe you are more like the type of person that likes to stick to, if you like something, you stick to that. If you like one type of coffee, you stick to that. Or you always go to the same coffee shop, you always go to the same restaurant, you always order from the same places. But then they definitely want to work on that, adventurous, that spontaneous, like being spontaneous, that sexual dynamic. And they also, for some of you, this means like they want to close a chapter and be able to open a new one, to have a new chapter, not being stuck into the past or into that narrative or that image that you have of each other. I really feel like for some of you, your partner really wants to change, and in the sense of like, you have a predetermined image of your partner at this point, right? And then if he tries to change, there's some resistance because you're like, no, you said that you like rock music and you like to go to the gym literally 6 days a week, and now all you want to do is go for hikes. Now you became this vegan guy, you blah blah blah, let's say, and you're resisting that change. And something that he really wishes, or your partner really wishes, is that you two could forget about the old narrative and you could allow each other to be your new self, and understanding that that's evolving every single day. Okay, now what you're meant to learn in this relationship, like this relationship can go forever, right? It can be the person you're gonna end up with. Now this is not what I'm saying, just I'm saying that you definitely will be together this year. And what you are meant to learn from this person this year, we got balance and we got peace. So this is something I always say, that you should never give up on your inner peace. You should never do anything or be in a situation in which you no longer have inner peace, because it doesn't let you enjoy anything, to be honest. And for balance, it's just finding beauty in the smallest things. And again, something I say a lot in relationship readings is, if there's a high, there's gonna be a low, always, right? If there's a big high, then there's a big low. And sometimes understanding that happiness is always in the middle, right? You have excitements, but it's highs and lows all the time, like a roller coaster, can be very unhealthy, and it can be a lot of fun, but long term, you do need that balance to have that inner peace. Now, your angel's message to end with, God, believe in the impossible. It was the card that you chose. Believe in the impossible. And yeah, I think this is definitely more for you, not about the relationship. Some of you definitely need to hear this. I don't know if it's like you think that maybe you cannot change or you cannot keep up, or they're telling me that maybe some of you are the ones who are very different, and he's trying to change, and maybe more it's like he's taking baby steps. Just know that I'm not seeing any unhealthy habits here. Like in pile number 1 here, I'm seeing 2 people doing their best and becoming a team, and this love is maturing. And so believe in the impossible. It could apply to your relationship, but I also feel like it does apply to you as a person. I don't know what you're going through specifically, but yeah. So I hope this was useful. Let me know what you thought in the comments. You can like and subscribe, that's free. And then feel free to follow me on my Instagram page, Tarot by Fernanda. And you can also check out my website at www.tarotbyfernanda.com. Okay? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. So if you chose this crystal, and you chose this card, that which angel message I will share with you at the end of your reading. Now, I just wanted to go over a couple points before we get into your reading. Remember to only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I think as conscious being of people that follow their intuition, just like if you're watching this video, you're obviously want to do some inner work, you want to use your intuition. So I believe that as smart souls and human beings, you will know what's meant for you and what is not, okay? Do not get stuck just because of something I may have said or something like that. Remember, you choose your destiny. Everything is based on your energy. So if you do this reading again 3 months from now, you might be compelled to choose a different pile. Again, if your energy, going this way, you can only get from point A to B, right? You cannot expect something like this outcome if your energy is going this trajectory. But when you shift your energy, then you can actually go to what you wanted, right? So whenever there's a shift of energy, there's a different type of outcome and trajectory. So this is just a snapshot of what could look like the most likely outcome of your relationship. How is it going to develop in 2021? So let's start with that. Now, I just have a couple of notes from my meditation for this pile specifically. And for you, it was more of, I got this image of like someone catching someone's heart. Like, I got you. But then my question was, why was that like heart flying to start with? Like when you like someone throws something at you very last minute, you're like, got it, type of feeling. And then also like when someone blows you a kiss from distance, then you're like, got it. You feel it, you receive it, even if you're not close to that person. Then, which made me think that probably some of you may not be together, like you're taking a break from this person. Now, what else? Oh yes, I got like this image of like a knot. And then it's like you're trying to open it, but you don't have the right tools to crack that knot. So I think now, based on your reading, now I understand why. So we'll go over that in a bit. So let's start with the energy you're bringing to this connection, this relationship. One thing is how you feel about the person, and something very different is the energy that you're feeling this connection with. So for you, we got the Four of Swords. This crow, like you can see, is resting, and I feel like it's like when you rest to have better days, right? Sometimes we are exhausted, we have worked so hard, and we know that just keep pushing through is not the solution. The solution is to rest. Hopefully for one day have a day with like harmonious day. So right now the energy you're putting, you're resting, which kind of makes me think that again you are taking a break, or you have put some distance with your partner. It's like I mean, again, this is for people, this reading's for people that are in a relationship, but maybe you recently went on a break, or you have decided to take a step back. Now, the energy that your partner is feeding this connection with, we got the Moon, and we got the we just got the Moon. Sorry. And you can see how there's like this fish in the water, but the pond is like almost has no water, so that's like a fear. Moon represents those very, very deep inner fears, things that may limit us on our day-to-day, and we have to, what is the word? But you have to acknowledge them so you can work through them. And you got a cage in here as well. You got the full moon, which is just showing intensified feelings and this is just a reflection of another crow, yet the person who sees that feels like, oh, it's scary. So the energy that this person is feeding the connection with is, again, he or she's very afraid. I do feel like most of you probably took a break from this relationship or asked not to be bothered for some time, and this person is not working on themselves while you do that. Like, they're just very afraid of what could happen. They are in a place in which they got to face their fears. I don't know if they, like the fear of losing you, and I don't know why you have taken a step back, but I hope that, I mean, right now at this moment, they're just afraid. They understand that they have to get over some of their fears if they want to be together. For you to be together, it's just there's nothing that tells me yet whether they're doing that work or not. Now, how does this person, your partner, feel about you at the moment? So we got the Nine of Swords. We got the Seven of Wands. And we got the Fool. Now, with the Nine of Swords, they really are telling me, your angels are telling me that this person cannot sleep at night, thinks of you all the time, thinks of this connection at nighttime. It keeps them up. But, you know, like, again, like I said, this person, what they're bringing into the connection right now, the energy are fears. So this is why I think that probably you're going through a bumpy road. Maybe you're still together, but there's definitely something going on because they are so afraid of losing this relationship, of have messed up in a way that is making them lose you. So they cannot sleep. We got the Seven of Wands. They just feel like they feel so protective about this relationship now. I don't know if they did something or not. I'm not focusing on what they did in the past. I just want to see how you feel right now and how he feels right now in the present, so then we can see in the future. So this is no reflection of whether someone is right or wrong. I don't know if they did something to you or if you did something to them. But right now they do feel like they're doing their best to be at peace, but they cannot sleep. They obviously are afraid to lose you. They're afraid to lose this connection, but they're doing their best to stay calm. And they feel very defensive as well. If anyone asks about you or anything, they just feel very defensive about the whole thing. And the Fool, meaning they obviously see you as, you know, the Fool in a relationship is like that first love, that innocence. Again, I don't know what they did or what happened, but they do see you. They see this connection as that, you know, that feeling that you get when you have like that first love. It doesn't mean that you are his first love or that he is or she is your first love, but it just means that that's how they feel. Like, it's so special, that feeling like that jiggling, and so they feel very strong about you. There's a lot of love. They want this, right? But they, at the same time, they're feeling so afraid of losing you. They cannot sleep. So there's that going on. Now let's go with what your partner's intentions are. We got the King of Cups. And we got the Three of Cups. Now, separately, these two will have a different meaning, but together, it's just right now seems like this person is trying to distract himself or herself with other things, by going out, by just being around with his friends or her friends. Wants to, yeah, it's, and also like maybe is thinking of, maybe if we, you know, do fun things together again, we can just forget this and move on. So it's just like trying to numb the pain somehow and not look at the past or heal the past to start with. So that's really what I feel like his or her intentions are, just to, you know, let's just move on, let's just have fun, let's just hang out with friends, and let's just numb ourselves somehow and not think of the past, not actually facing what went wrong. This is what I'm seeing here. Now, what can we expect for your relationship in 2021? So I'm not doing reversed in any of the cards, but for some reason your card kept trying to, like, it will just keep like spinning and trying to be reversed. So I'm gonna read it as reverse if that's what your angels want. So we got the Princess of Coins, but in reverse, which it is the Knife of Coins, if you are familiar with tarot. Then we got the Seven of Cups, and we got the Five of Cups. So I'm seeing that, I mean, for you have a lot of cups in your readings, meaning what I'm getting is that you or your partner or you two, you're letting yourselves be like your emotions lead the way. So you're very emotional, you have a lot of ups and downs, you feel everything very deeply, and sometimes the way you feel might make you make a choice that you already know what the outcome is going to be. So the Princess of Coins in reverse, usually is you're seeing the value of something, but in reverse it's like there's this feeling that there's nothing left in there. That's how I'm feeling it. There's no news, there's nothing new about it. There's no value. Okay, there's nothing that you or your partner can get from each other right now of value, or that you can contribute to each other of value. Then we got the Seven of Cups with the Five of Cups. So I do think that one of you, for some time, if you do remain together, I feel like this too. Also, this card means like you're not moving on to something else. Like, I don't think you two are moving on to another relationship. I do think you're going to try. There's gonna be you're gonna be stagnant in the sense that maybe, you know, with this break or this, you try to be silent, or you're giving him or her the silent treatment or something like that. I feel like you are not deciding anything. You're not making any decisions. He's not making any decisions, or your partner is not making any decisions whatsoever. So you're still together, but you're not hanging out right now. You just need some space. That's what I'm getting. So it's very stagnant. You're not getting anywhere right now. There's no real communication to talk things out, to know what went wrong. There's none of that. That's what I'm seeing. Then there's going to be also, you are going to spend some time, you and your partner, or you both, just thinking what this relationship could be. You're living too much in your head, thinking like, maybe some of you worry about like all the years you spent with that person and now what. Maybe some of you think that, okay, maybe I know about other people that had similar issues and then they worked out just fine. And you're thinking a lot of scenarios in which maybe he does things right or she does things right for the relationship, or he or she changes, or maybe you will feel different about this person. But really, it's when it's only the imagination that is feeding the relationship, it is not gonna last that long. Now, we got the Five of Cups, which really represents dwelling into the past, dwelling into those moments in which you maybe had a really good time with this person. So I really do feel this pile, I mean, all the piles have things that they have to work through, right? Because that's the beauty of when you're in a relationship, and this again is a reading of a year, so it does give you enough time to evolve and you grow tighter together. But for that to happen, there's a lot of growth in communication and rough things that are gonna happen into your relationship, and you need to overcome those. But for you, I really do feel like you are stuck in the past, and by you I don't mean necessarily you, could be your partner, but you two somehow are stuck into the past. Maybe something that happened, maybe there was a wrongdoing, but there's so much being stuck into the past. If you did break up by then, so if you break up in the next 8 months, I do see you two being so stuck in to the past. Maybe you will like be together again and not together again. It's like you cannot let each other go. And this is why I think that the lesson that you as a person, this is not about you two, not you, your angels, because you're the one watching this, what they want you to learn this year, what this connection was about for this year. The lesson was acceptance. Well, not was, is acceptance. They want you to, that the lesson will be acceptance for you, as sometimes accepting the death of something metaphorical, right? So when something no longer serves you, you need to accept that and let it, go, and flow with that. Now, what your partner wishes that you two could improve on, we got the 5 of coins, or work on, and we got the wands. So now I was going to use like coins is commitment and wands is passion, but it could be that your partner wishes that you two work on commitment, actually where this is going, like let's have a real commitment and into passion. But also I do think that your partner wishes that you would not have such a like that's his or her perception, okay? I'm just telling you what their perception is. I'm not saying that this is you, but their perception is that you are giving up so quick. They wish you didn't have such a square box mentality, that you didn't have such a limited mentality. Also, for some reason they're saying something about religion, like maybe for you that is something that is limiting you, and that might be why you took a step back. I don't know what your reason is, but they just wish you didn't have in your mind, like that's how they view you, like you're limiting yourself somehow. They view you as you are not being able to look past your worries, past your fears. And also they wish you would be like that Queen of Wands, which is very independent, makes things happen. She believes in the impossible. She creates her own magic. She's a magical being. And so it's like that independence. They wish you were more independent. And I guess they wish you would not listen to what other people think of you. Now, the angel's message is your dream needs a practical plan, and that's the full moon from Taurus. Now, I think that if you want to make happen something, and you're just living in your mind, and I feel like if this is your angel's message, because it's the angel's message for you, and we got the 7 of Cups, then that really is telling me that you're the one who sometimes do not want to face reality and not make a choice. Sometimes, maybe this could be a religious choice. Am I with this person or am I not? A cultural choice, like, oh, maybe like people are not going to accept him or her. And you, by just imagining things, how would it be if it works out? How would it be if it doesn't work out? You're avoiding your responsibility, which is making a choice, because by you not doing anything and by you not acting on it, you think things will be fine, but not. You don't want to make a choice, because something tells me that you don't want to make a choice because you are really smart. You know that every single choice does reflect on who you are as a person, and you're just afraid to make that choice because you feel like you lose regardless of what choice you're making. But you do need a practical plan, meaning you need to make a choice. You need to if you're the type of person that likes to make lists, then do so. If you're the type of person that follows their intuition and wants to meditate on it, do it. It's not gonna come out just from one time that you meditate. Sit down several times, analyze how you feel when you're with that person. Analyze how you feel when you vision your life with that person, and when you vision your life not choosing this person for whatever reasons that you have, and envision how will be your life if you keep using those beliefs or whatever that criteria is in your life, forever, and apply them to the next romantic interest you will have. Like, how do you feel? Okay, because sometimes it could be some valid things, like maybe you want someone that supports you. You have a criteria that this person obviously is not meeting, and those are like good criteria. But if it's like, I want my parents to really approve of this person, and if you're honest with yourself, you know that maybe your parents are not the best people to, like, it shouldn't matter, like, as long as the person you bring home is someone that is a good person, and you know in your heart that he or she is a good person. It shouldn't really matter whether your parents will become best friends or if they will just be normal human beings and respect your choice, right? So you got to kind of look into, how would I feel if I go with this? Do I have some peace of mind? And how would I feel if I instead decide that if my parents are never happy with the person, then I will keep letting them go? How do I feel about that? And then you analyze that feeling, and you will be able to make a choice. So that's my advice to you. You get to choose whatever you want. And acceptance also, acceptance of things will be if they have to be, but you also need to make a choice. Acceptance of sometimes not everything works out. Acceptance that maybe not everyone will be happy with your choice. Acceptance in every single way, and accepting yourself too, the way you are and the things that you want in life. So I hope this was helpful. You can follow my Instagram account at Tarot by Fernanda, or check my website, www.tarotbyfernanda.com. I will see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe. It's free. So thank you and bye. Hi there, pile number 4. So if you chose this crystal, which is the clear quartz, then you got this angel message, which we'll get to at the end of your reading. So welcome, pile number 4, and let me start by saying that take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We're all smart human beings, souls, and if we follow our intuition, we know what is meant for us and what is not. Okay, so not all messages are meant for you, not because this is a general reading, not everything will be too exact to the T. So once that I said that, also once again I wanted to say that energies work, they're never linear. If you shift your energy, this is just a snapshot of what can you expect for the next year if you keep up with the same energy. If your energy is like this, it's gonna get from point A to point B, right? But if you listen to this video, let's say, and you want to make a change, and you're like, no, maybe I want a different outcome, you change it, and you got a different trajectory as well. Okay, so you have power over your future, over your choices, over your energy, which determines the outcome of things. Yeah, so let's get started. Let's start with I did a meditation before your reading, and I only got a couple of messages. First, I got this image of an open book. I don't know if they mean like you are an open book, but if any of this speaks to you, then there's a message in you in here. Then I got, so there were 2 messages, actually 3, but the third one goes with your angel's message, so I will say that at the end. There was this got this image of this, or this young man that I don't know if he plays hockey or what. He was like in a truck like those pickup trucks, and he was getting on it or off it, and there was this really warm feeling on his left, was it left foot? Yeah, or was it the right? Warm sensation on my, yeah, on the left. So I don't know if this person is injured or what, but definitely this person, I don't know if this person plays hockey or American football, but definitely or maybe basketball, but it just feels like it's either like hockey or American football, something that there's a lot of contact with other people, like physical contact and clash. And his foot really, like, it felt very warm, so I think it's an injury. So I just want to, you know, in case that means something to you, then you know, there's a message for you in here. Let me get comfortable, and let's start with the energy that you right now are feeding your relationship with. Okay, so we got the moon. This is the energy you're feeding your relationship with at the moment. So I feel like you are going into this very cautious. You either are facing your fears or you're not. You are either putting in the work to get over past your fears, or you just, the energy you're putting into this relationship is always expecting the worst, letting your paranoia get the best of you. Yes, you just feel like this is such a scary experience. I don't know if this is your first relationship or this specific connection is just very challenging, but the energy you're putting in there is you're either letting yourself be vulnerable or you're avoiding at all costs to face your fears, and you like understanding why you have those fears. So you might be always, you know, being over controlling, but instead of clearly communicating, hey, you know, I don't like when you do this, or I feel threatened when you do this, or when you behave like this, I feel like I could lose you. I feel like, you know, you're just getting mad, but not really being true to yourself and being honest with yourself about why is it. Because once that you're honest with yourself, you have to work through those things. You understand that no one else has blame for nothing. You are the one who can take care of your own feelings, of your there's obviously, for everyone, there's things that set us off that are like, you know, if something is uncomfortable, then you know that you got to analyze what's going on. Triggers, we all got triggers, and understanding them rather than blaming is the good thing. Now, what your partner is feeling the connection with right now, it's the 5 of Wands. So there is a lot of fighting, there's a lot of ego involved. Yeah, for some reason there's a lot of like, I think that if you guys are discussing a lot lately, you're not really working through anything. It's just like, remember I told you that I was right about this, like, now you see I was right, like that's more the dynamic of this person is not trying to actually work things through, but more proving that he or she's right, proving that they're right, and or maybe they're being too competitive within the relationship, and you can feel that. And obviously I don't think it is doing much good. Now, how does this person actually feel about you currently? Okay, I'm not talking about how this person felt about you a year ago or will feel about you a year from now, but how does this person feel about you right now? So we got the 10 of Wands. So we got this girl with is it a bull? But it's like this animal and herself, they're obviously carrying a lot of weight. Then we got the 6 of Wands. And then we got the World, right? So I think it's like a lot of different feelings here. Well, I do think that this person feels like the connection and you yourself, your worth all this long process, all the work, you're worth it. They also do feel, for some of you, it's like your partner feels like they are the ones having to hold so much weight on their shoulders, not only their weight but yours as well. And for some others, they know or they're aware that you're doing that work for them, the work that they should be doing themselves, you're doing it. But I feel like most people, it really is like they feel like they're almost at the end of this journey, but also they are, they don't know they're tired of overdoing things. They don't know, like they don't realize that. But I'm just telling you, if they stay in this state for a very long time, then things are gonna clash, because yeah, people do get exhausted being in that state and carrying someone else's weight and carrying someone else's responsibility for them, you know. Now, he does or she does feel like you are, with the World and the Six of Wands, definitely this person thinks you are their world. They think you're everything to them. They do think that they're very lucky to have you. They feel very lucky. They feel like you're like this prize, this precious prize that is to have you. They feel very proud about you, and they feel like they want to be your number. They're like your number one fan. They want to continue this whole connection forever. Like, you know, want to go on adventures with you. They feel like they do feel like you are their everything. Okay, so the World is a really nice thing for someone to feel about you. Yeah. Now, what are your partner's intention currently as of now, as February of 2021? I was not surprised at their intentions, because sometimes you got the feelings, and maybe their feelings are love, but their intentions are not like intentions of commitment, or, you know, they're not there. So this person, we got the Ten of Cups, which you see the couple and the kids. So this is definitely commitment, and we got the King of Cups. So these two together, they're really is telling me that your partner has serious intentions with you, has serious intentions of, you know, grow a family together, of maturing, making sure that this love matures, grow old with you, being emotionally there for you all the time. Yeah, so definitely for this person, you are like this connection, right? The relationship is their happiness, is their future. That's how they feel about, and that's their intentions as well. So not only do they feel a lot of love for you, but their intentions are also real commitment. That's how they view this whole connection. Okay, now it is really important for you to remember, though, that also something they might not be aware of is that they do feel like they are carrying so much weight, not only theirs but yours as well. So just, you know, they feel like they have to be there to support you, and right now they're a key factor for you to be able to get through. But, you know, remember, you can never depend on someone forever to be your sunlight, your sunshine, right? You're able, sometimes we will go through rough patches, and it's amazing to have someone that can support you, but that's not like a long-term thing. You have to relearn how to be your own sunshine. Now, for you, you're the only pile I needed some clarification cards, because I was really confused on the outcome for this year. We got the Six of Arrows, which, if you're familiar with tarot, it's swords, Six of Swords. See this woman, you know, in a mini boat. Then we got the Seven of Arrows, which is the Seven of Swords. And then we got the Prince of Staves. Okay, So I did need some clarification on this because it was a bit confusing. But in the beginning, you know, I was, this was clarified by sacrifice. So, yeah, so the 6 of Hours, this is telling me that your relationship is going to safer waters. But also some of you, I feel like you might, it's not take a break, it's like you're, I don't feel like it's completely a break. Maybe one of you is moving abroad. I really feel like it's something like that. It's not like you taking a break. It's like for whatever situation you have to be apart, or you decide that it's best to be apart, it's fine. Or for due to exterior factors, you have to be apart. And we got here the sacrifice because you know that in the long term it will pay off. And also the story with Orpheus and Eurydice, which is the Greek story about this guy, I can't pronounce his name properly, but goes into the underworld to go because his loved one died, and the god of the underworld allows him to take her back to the human world, to the living world, but he tells him you cannot look back. Like it's a long journey to go back to the living world, the world of the living from the dead one, but you never, if you look back, then she will become your shadow. She will always be with you, but she will be just a shadow. But if you're able to go through the journey knowing that she's behind you and not look back, then she will be alive as well. And they go, and it's like they were holding hands or something, but at some point he doesn't feel her hand anymore, or he doesn't hear her anymore, and he turns back, and she will forever be with him, but just as the shadow, right? And I remember thinking, I was so annoyed at that story because I'm like, if he would have waited, if he would have trusted that she's not dumb, like she knows too that she has to walk till the end, and if he looks back at her, then she becomes his shadow. Like, she's not dumb, she's not gonna get lost. So I just always got so mad at this story, and I feel like and for this, I think it's like this is going to be a leap of faith, of trusting each other, of if one of you are moving somewhere else, maybe you two used to live so close, and now one of you are moving a little bit further. It's just trusting the distance is not gonna break this, trusting that this is really the feeling I'm getting, trusting that whatever is going on, I don't know if it's a new job, I don't know if you're moving abroad or you're moving a little bit further than you usually were, so now you can only see each other once a week, or maybe you cannot see each other because of this whole thing that is going on. So it's just trusting that as long as you both trust each other and don't start doubting and succumb to fear, then everything will be good. Because if you love, this is what I always really, for me, that is the message of this card, sacrifice, because it's just trusting. You know, I always, again, this story always got me because I'm like, why did he have to turn back, to look back? I understand it's really cute, but at the same time, if you got a chance for your loved one to, to go back into the living because she died, you make sure that you put you first on the side and you keep going. So now the thing is, obviously there's gonna be some insecurities and fears I'm seeing here because we got the 7 of Arrows here and the 4 of Arrows, clarified by this. So again, I think in the next 4 months, one of you will have to move, or will have to, you're gonna be apart for whatever reason. Now, and again, I don't think it's you taking a break or one of you taking a break from each other. It really is external factors. Now, there's going to be one of you starting to doubt the other. I wonder if there's good reasons for it, because Yeah, the Seven of Auras is like, you know, there's some doubts. There could be sneaky things going around, like going on, but also I feel like it's more because of the whole thing. I mean, feelings can change, but the current feelings of your partner really sees you as long term. So I really feel it's more like there's gonna be things that look very sneaky, very sneaky, and it's just that you don't have the whole story. It's either you or him. He's gonna get mad, or her, whoever your partner is, and it's just that they're not gonna know the entire story. So yeah, when at nighttime and everything, you're just gonna overthink things. You're gonna and don't know if you should be protecting your heart, if you should be like looking into who they follow, blah blah blah. I feel like there's gonna be really this feeling of maybe there's something shady going on, and it could be, you know, if this card came out, I think that most of you, there's nothing wrong. I do think that you just got to understand that that you got to trust each other, and this is something I always live by, and this is why I never have ever worry whether someone is cheating on me. I have never worried in my life, in all the connection I experience, I have never worried if someone is cheating on me, and this is why. Because I'm a true believer that if someone is indeed cheating on the connection, I will find out somehow. I trust my angels, I trust the universe, and I know that if we all have our own process, so maybe this person has to do their process and I will find out. I don't think, I seriously, and this is why I always think like if there's something I need to know, I will find out. And because I know that I don't close my eyes to things, right? Like if you get so many hints and so many red flags and you keep closing your eyes, then when you look back, you know that you cannot really say, oh, I didn't see it coming, I didn't know that this was going on. You knew. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I had a feeling, but that feeling. So trust yourself. If you have that feeling, don't question it. You know, there's a reason why. Now, if you just think, if you know that there's a pattern that you always want to see the worst, then that's something else, and you have to do some work. But just trust, flow with life, and trust that if you have to find out something, if you need to know something about your romantic life, your angels, your protectors, they're protecting you all the time. They're guiding you. They will make sure you find out somehow. Okay, maybe not the same day, but maybe days after or weeks. But trust me, you're not gonna go years and years not knowing about something that you were meant to know. So that's my advice to you. Don't spend your time freaking out. Just trust that if you need to know something, your angels will make damn sure that you find out. Otherwise, for all the rest of you, 80% of you, 90% of you, I don't think there's gonna be any shady stuff going on. Now, to end your reading for 2021, we got the Prince of Staves and we got the Queen of Staves. So there is here something I feel like you two, one of you will be growing, maturing much more than the other, okay? Because you're not going to be together for whatever reason. Like, you will be together, but what I'm saying is, you know, how you're gonna be separated somehow a bit because of like geographical distance or something else. So I feel like, you know, you two will grow as a person, but one of you will grow much more, will know much more what they want in life, but you're still both kind of connected because we got the Queen of Staves and the Prince of Staves. So you two are still represented by the same element. We just have to wait for one of you two to become a king. So don't think of like woman and man. These are just masculine energy and feminine energy. So energy, like feminine energy, everyone has feminine and masculine energy. So yeah, I just see like one person having to do some more work, one person did the work and the other person still did some work, but you know, there's only one step more to become king, because we got princess, then prince, and then we got the king. So this other person did some growth, or you, but there's still something left. You're still connecting, but at the end of the year, you might feel, or she might feel like, you know, maybe now that we're gonna be together, we can grow together and be more in sync. So your partner, another energy I wanted to analyze was, what do they wish your connection could improve on or could work on? So we got intimacy, communication, passion, and commitment, right? Those 4 are what builds, according to psychology, a strong relationship. So we got cups. Ace of Cups, which is intimacy. So intimacy goes beyond passion, because passion, obviously there's that chemistry, physical chemistry, but they want to work on intimacy. Maybe you have, if this goes to you, then you know that maybe when it comes to very private things, intimate things, you have a hard time to open up. Or maybe when it comes to being in bed, you want for sure like your lights off, you don't want to look at the person's face, or you don't want to take your clothes off, whatever that is, let's say, because you're not able to have that intimacy and understanding that someone can love you, because you have a specific image of yourself and you have a perception of yourself. So for someone to be open to intimacy, you need to have self-love. You cannot have intimacy if you don't have self-love. I feel like you can have passion, but you cannot have intimacy. So this is just what your partner thinks. Now this is their perception. I'm not saying whether they're right or not, but they're in their perception, they would like to work on intimacy. Sorry. Now we're almost at the end. So the lesson you're meant to learn through this connection this year specifically is fear. So by fear, it is controlling your fears, not letting your fears control you, understanding everything is in your mind. This is why we have, this naked person here, and it's like a golden egg, or like there's light shining, but then there's fears, and here you can see a lot of crows in a cage, and all these crows are tied. And this lady has them like a puppet. So it's just understanding that whoever is feeding your fears, it's the same person. So you are the one feeding your own fears. You're the one creating all these scenarios. You're the one, you're the one pushing your mind to that extent in which you want to crumble to fear. And fear is not real, but unless you understand that and unless you face those fears, you will never realize that these fears were not real. Also, your angel's message is you and your loved ones are safe. It's Cancer energy, it is new moon energy. Now you and your loved ones are safe. I really think it has to do with, how you two, this message is going to be for you, and it really is for when you two will be apart. And just know that this person will be safe. I don't know what is the reason this person will have to go away, or you will have to be away, but it feels like you're going to worry a lot about your family as well. If this is the case, also if you're worrying a lot about your family members or your friends with this entire situation, this is just saying everyone is safe, do not worry. Fear does not, if you send them fear, if when you think of your dad, when you think of your mom, when you think of your sister, you have this fear of, I hope they're good, they're okay, but with fear, you're not doing them any good. You have to think of them like, I love you, I'm sending positive energies. That's the best you can do for them. And yes, I think it was everything for you. Feel free to follow my Instagram account at Tarot by Fernanda, and you can check out my website at www.tarotbyfernanda.com. And remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.